Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just try and I say watch him man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war of crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. war and cry, and do the righteousness. Hey, we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah,
Jah Rastafari, save all people.
hey, we love Jah, we love Jah,
Jah
we love Jah.
Jah Rastafari, save all people.
Put time away again. Listen,
Yeah.
just as I say, watch him man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and
Fight down war and fight.
Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah,
Jah
and we love Jah,
Jah Rastafari, preserve all
and we love Jah, Jah. Me love Jah,
Jah
me love Jah,
Jah Rastafari, preserve all.
me love Jah,
Jah Rastafari,
Jah Rastafari, Jah.
Rastafari.
Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
Every rainfall, Jamaica get wet. Jamaica has been mentioned in the Epstein file, but not for the sexual shenanigans though. Scientific research on our elite athlete. Questions and questions and questions this morning. We don't know if we will get any answers, but we will still be asking the question, because if they are carrying out research on our elite athletes, what on earth happened to our missing children? A main ingredient of the Epstein Islands. Good morning and welcome. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Jamaica has been wet in the Epstein rain, and we are asking question this morning as to who is responsible, who signed off, who is Gordon, who is Robert. Does the athlete, did the athlete, or was the athlete rather aware of the experiment, and have they consented to the experiment? How far up the chain of governance does this go? Who from government, if any, is involved? Is there anyone from government can shed more light on the scientific research? Who signed off on it? Who authorized it? Who is Brian? Who is Gordon? And who is Robert? Oh, no, I know. Don't you want to know? There are about 3 million more of the Epstein files to be released. Will Jamaica get wet again? And will they get wet in the Epstein niche of sexual crimes and scandals against children? Morning, everyone. Welcome. How do you do? How the weather over there? Yes or not tan decent? Yes or don't too tan decent? It's not too cold for us at the moment. It's 8 degrees Celsius, manageable to a point in our normal summer, but the rain on the wind, we are getting, especially the rain, tantamount of it. So it's just wet, misty, and murky. Oh no, to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning. Welcome one and all. Thank you for joining us this morning on a morning where we only have questions this morning. We're even going to ask Prince Charles question this morning. We're going to ask the British government question this morning. As the little scatty, Lady Manderson is also dabbled in the Epstein file. Epstein paid Manderson and her boyfriend, now turned out to be Manderson's husband, thousands to get the tax policies changed in Britain. No, sir. Everybody, Epstein have control over. It is said that Epstein is a Mossad agent. And words are being thrown around now that there are Mossad agents in Jamaica under the disguise of health workers in the Melissa relief. So we are in very precarious territory and times, only battering through the jungle. One will know if they survive at the end of it. Debbie Jervis, good morning and welcome. How you do? How you do? Mr. Upton, Michael Nepper, good morning. Good morning, Laverne. Good morning, Lynette Jenkins. Good morning, Charlotte Graham. Good morning. Good morning, Abina Sarkodi. Good morning, Sheena Kelly, Paul Johnson, Joan Genius, Suzette Williams. Good morning. Who else is here? Eve Richards, good morning. Evan Miller. Like and share the live for us, please, because we want Andrew, Babsy, and everybody to answer our questions this morning. Even if the athletes can answer the questions. Joan Bradford, good morning. Wayne Evans, good morning. Good morning. Errol Reed, Karen Namad, good morning. Violet Watson, good morning. Good morning. Lorraine Smichaels, Althea, good morning. Even the athletes would be helpful in answering our questions as to Opal, how you do? Yes, me did set it for half hour later this morning. Even the athletes may be helpful in answering our questions as to their knowledge and consent of the experiment by Epstein and his friends from whatever source. What we want to know, though, who in Jamaica is involved, who in Jamaica signed off, who in Jamaica gave consent, who is Robert, who is Gordon. What does the Ministry of Sport know about the experiment? What does the Ministry of Health knows about the experiment? We're not back question this morning, you know. We don't have nothing barring question this morning. But given the niche of Epstein Island, the sexual predatory, the pedophilic behavior, the crime against children and young girls, don't you think we should be asking questions in relation to our missing children? If anyone, government or private citizen, is supplying children to the Epstein Island or missing children to be abused, we are also asking, have any of our politicians or any of the members of the 21 families of the private sector has ever visited the Epstein Island? Don't you want to know Jamaica? Don't you want to know? Because Epstein has his hands in every country. Epstein has his hands in every country. Even those who are multi-rich, Epstein still used money to control them. And if our athletes who are mentioned, all four of these on screen, who are mentioned in that communique, Norman Ferguson, how you do? Mentioned in that communique in relation to the scientific research and genetic research and all this, so they want to carry out, can we athlete them? We need answers, because this is somewhat of a revelation. They're conducting scientific studies on Jamaica elite athletes. This was a 14-year study. This communication was from 2013. This communication, hold on. No, 2019. This is 2019. This communication to Robert, from Robert, was in March 2019. Hold on. The one on the right was 2019. And the one on the left is 2013. If this goes all the way up to government, both parties have questions to answer. Who was in government in 2013? Colin Morning. Yes, Shelly name call in the something at the listen. There's something that screenshot it and pull it up and read it for yourself. Shelley and Fraser Price, Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell, and I intend to approach Puma, Usain Bolt, Shelley and Fraser Price, Nike, Asafa Powell, and Adidas. I forgot who to see if they will contribute to some of the, hold on. I don't know who this is from because there's redaction. I'm reading on the one from the left. The subject is good news. This was sent on Friday the 13th of May, 2013, 4:38 p.m. Dear Gordon and Jeffrey, good news. Good news for me, at least. The paper on symmetrical knees predicting sprint ability in Jamaica 14 years later is now accepted at PLOS1. Don't know what that means really. For the institution. A top journal would be a sport or scientific journal. Gloria, how you do? With a quick turnaround time, their suggested the changes are all minor and will only make the paper stronger. I intend to approach Puma, in bracket, Usain Bolt, and Shelley and Fraser Price, meaning Puma will be sponsoring those two. Nike, in bracket, Asafa Powell. And if Adidas, I forget who to see if they will contribute some of their ill-gotten gains to the science. If either of you, hold on, me I feel draw this cross and dry up, have contacts with people in high level in these companies, this would be helpful. So they're asking, the person who wrote the email asks, if these people, Jeffrey and Gordon, have contacts with people like in a Puma, Adidas, and Nike, would be helpful, because this was in relation to seek funding for the scientific experiment. Hold on. But I believe I can generate the money of the international publicity. I expect our paper to generate, thanks again to both of you, at opposite end of the 14 years for making this work possible, for making this work possible. With warmest wishes, Robert. So this email is from Robert. Don't know if Robert seemed to be a publicist. Robert seems to be a publicist. Now, Johan Blake name is mentioned in the one on the right. The last paragraph, I'm not going to strain my eye on the whole thing because when I have the time, and I have to go screenshot it and read it for myself. It's on screen, screenshot it. But let me read the last two paragraphs on this one here. My only other goal at this moment is to genotype the world's first elite human sample. If it were the world's greatest mathematicians or opera singer or money manager, it would be hopeless at the outset. Both to define them, much less collective their cheek sample. So they are concerned of or athletes' knees and cheek samples. Not so far, the world's greatest sprinters measured to one over 100 of a second, 100 yard is highly competitive. Circumstances, for example, Olympics, I have been in contact with one or two of them, but time is running out. I am still getting Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, Shelley Fraser Price, and Elaine Thompson, among many others, but not for too much longer. Geneticists agree that getting an elite human sample, N100, would be most interesting. Gladiator Council on Investment still hold truth. So that's just the last two paragraphs on the one on the right, but you can screenshot it. And I forgot to put Elaine Thompson on it as well, because she is mentioned. 5 of our elite athletes are being mentioned in relation to this scientific research. What we want to know from the athletes, if they were aware, if they gave their consent, if they were involved in the experiment for money. We're also asking the government, is there any involvement from the government in this? Ministry of Sport or Ministry of Health? Ministry of Science also. Somebody need to say something to us. This is out now. This is not a conspiracy. It's not something that we are making up. Somebody in Jamaica is involved. Somebody knew. Somebody signed off. Somebody gave authorization. Now, if this is something that the athletes went into for money, signed off on and gave their consent, let us not harass the government about it. You understand? If it is that you all were informed, if it is that you all were informed and you were paid for the research, or you were involved in the research, let us not harass the government about it, of their involvement, if something was signed off on without your knowledge. If you were told another story while they were surreptitiously carrying out their research, those are important things for us to know as a country. So we are hoping that somebody, whether it be the athletes, somebody from Ministry of Sport, somebody from Ministry of Health, somebody from Ministry of Science, tells us, what did you knew before the release of the Epstein file in relation to the scientific research that this communication is talking about in relation to our athletes? And these ungodly people will want to create them superhuman. We are not saying the government or anybody is in wrongdoing. We just want to know. There's no reason hiding behind when the information is out there. So anybody know, we want to know. Anybody know who Robert Gordon and all of these people mentioned in the email? These are the problem with redactions in these public interests. You cannot protect people's privacy. You cannot be going around protecting people's privacy. Public interest at the moment overrides all of this. Public interest overrides all of what them a try protect, because everybody was at risk by Epstein, and there is another Epstein at work at the moment. But we could come to Britain, then go back to Jamaica. Leave them that they will come back to Jamaica. Andrew Mountbatten and Lord Manderson, the pedophile ring that has the parliament and the palace at the center of it. It is not the first, though, that the British monarchy or the British Parliament is being dabbled in the pedophile and sexual scandal. It's kind of much regular and normal for them. Sounds weird. It's the truth, though. Kind of quite normal for them. But we want to ask Charles and Andrew. Charles and Keir Starmer, rather. Will Andrew be extradited to face questions, whether it be to Congress or the FBI? We are calling for the extradition of Andrew Mountbatten to face charges in relation to Virginia and other, even this young girl that Andrew is over, which we are not aware if she's live or not. So we want Andrew to be extradited to answer questions, as well as Prince Charles Mountbatten. We want a full disclosure of the Savile inquiry. Full unredacted disclosure, Charles, of the Savile inquiry. Because what we heard in the aftermath of the inquiry on Jimmy Savile was just a tip of the iceberg. If the Savile file were to be released, the Savile file would probably make Epstein look like a chicken trying to fly. Lord Mandelson, Lady Peter Mandelson, lady at the bottom there, clobbered by Epstein. Because this is what Epstein used to control them, you see. Have them on camera with children. Have them naked. Have them in sexual interaction with children. And then, because they all like a party and a frenzy. And then Epstein used it to control government, to control powerful people in all sorts of different institutions and organizations. Because everybody rich and powerful. No. This is why I could always call people like Bill Clinton a pedophile without fear of anything. If over the years you've been listening to people like David Icke, if you've been listening to people like Sean Atwood, if you've been listening to people like Ryan Dawson, he called himself Ryan D., all of these people names are being out there. Every time their name get called, them YouTube or the platform get taken down. People present evidence on them. There's nothing new coming out in these powerful people. What we see in these things. Bill, them say you give Melinda STI. I wonder if that cost a divorce, Bill Gates. Bill Gates for the STI. Bill Gates. We want to try to protect we from everything. And Bill Gates just a fling on dash bare naked, so. No, sir. But Lord Mandelson, we're going to ask the Metropolitan Police, will Lord Mandelson be arrested and investigated? Lord Mandelson has breached the ministerial code and others by accepting money from Jeffrey Epstein through Lord Mandelson's boyfriend, even though Lord Mandelson says doesn't ring a bell, he doesn't recollect it, in order to have tax law change to benefit these rich people. This is how Epstein hold all of them by the balls. Even though nothing is out yet in relation to Jamaica with the sexual pejoratives, there are 3 million more files to be released. Million more files left to be released. It's not over yet. They're not out of the woods yet. But what we are finding out, questions need answering. But we want to find out from the Metropolitan Police, will Lord Manderson be arrested and charged? Because Lord Manderson never declared, as he should have, that gift or money received from Jeffrey Epstein through his boyfriend. Lord Manderson thinks that because the money go to his boyfriend, if it go to your boyfriend, you must declare any benefit come to your partner as well. Lord Manderson, you know that. You served 2 terms in Tony Blair's government. You are the architect, Peter Manderson, of what was called New Labour in Britain. The leftover, the residual of Margaret Thatcher's conservatism. That was what you called New Labour. You hatched it and patched it. You, Lord Manderson, also assisted in patching that dossier that killed millions of people in Iraq. You, Lord Manderson, because of your sleaze and corruption, was twice thrown out of Tony Blair's government. So when the little homosexual sitting on Lord Alice Dick, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, brought you back as ambassador to Britain, that was the Israelis, Mossad, put him entrenched there. But him even get exposed and have to resign before all of this come out. But Lord Manderson must go to jail. Lord Manderson must go to jail. Andrew Mountbatten must go to jail. Prince Charles must release, and Keir Starmer and Prince Charles must release the Savile files. We want the Savile inquiry release. Because Parliament and Buckingham Palace is waddled in disgrace, in sexual scandal in this country. There's nothing new. There is nothing new or frightening if you live in a Britain. There is nothing new or frightening about the palace or the Parliament of Britain, deeply entrenched in the sexual crime against children. It's what they do. Bill. The bills. You see, when you look at pomp and circumstance in all these big events of the royal family where they all dressed up in their regalia and uniform, you know, people see them as human. People honor them. People love them. People put them on pedestal. They're worse than jungle animals, though, in private, aren't they? They are worse than jungle animals in private. Let's go. Where is the bill? Jamaicans and the pedophile. Where is, hold on. Let's go back to Babs. Babs. Yes, Babs. Where is, we don't have Bill Gates spy here? Bill Gates, the 2 bill. We should have Bill Gates spy here too, because Bill Gates give Melinda STI. I never frightened how Melinda just get up and left Bill. So anyway, Babs and the pedophile, Adam and the pedophile, Adam and the rapist. Adam Stewart, are you a pedophile? Have you ever visited Epstein Island? Babs Grange, when the pedophile President Bill Clinton came to Jamaica in November, did any of you provide any children or young girls to Bill Clinton to be abused? We still want to know. Furthermore, though, when Bill Clinton came to Jamaica, under his corrupt organization, the Clinton Foundation, it was to be involved in the rebuilding of Jamaica. The questions now are, is that still so? Given the revelation of the Epstein file, will Jamaica continue in their partnership with the Clinton Foundation? Is Jamaica prepared to partner with a rapist, a pedophile president in the Melissa reconstruction? Because that was what you all told us that the Clinton Foundation came to Jamaica about. Jamaica, we have to be concerned about these things. We have so much missing children, Jamaica. These people are not only abusing children, but are harvesting their organs. A lot of our children in Jamaica has gone missing without a trace. US police told us that they have evidence of Jamaica police involved in human trafficking and organ harvesting. We can't just sit down so. Both PNP and Labour need to answer with questions as to these shenanigans. The communication in relation to Usain Bolt them start from 2013. It was going on up until 2019. So whether that was private citizen doing them thing in the shadow or government is involved, we want to know. One would be asking the question though, how would the Ministry of Sport, which shadows these young people in their heights, not been involved in any of this? This is why I'm calling on the athletes. Tell us what you know. Don't let us harangue the government. If it was your personal business, oh Jesus, if it was your personal business, yeah, and you signed up for the research, you gave your consent to the research, you've been paid for the research, let's not harass the government out of it. Let's not ask wild questions. If UNO can help we to answer the questions what we have. Because we have found out something that was not public to us. We want to know if the full research was conducted. What was the result? Were the athletes involved? If uno know athletes, uno can help with. Everybody deserve to provide us an answer here. That's why I'm telling you, saying, me no put people on pedestal, whether be celebrity, politicians, or what. I don't put people on pedestal. Because these people, what we idolize as politicians, powerful people, entertainers, sport people, and all of these, it's a demonic world. Power involves selling your soul. Power involves selling your soul to the devil. By the time anybody else will become prime minister or president, they have already sold their soul to the devil, even before they get to that. A very few honorable people in a position of power. A very few honest people in position of power. And all if you go there clean, if you love the taste of power and money, you're going to become corrupt. It is what is affecting our security forces. But our missing children ought to be in the frame of the questioning at the moment. Because our children them go missing left, right, and center without a trace. We know that the speciality for Epstein Island is sexual abuse among children, girls or boys. And while few children them go missing, so we want to know if our Jamaica state is providing children to these diabolics to be abused, whether it be the Diddy camp, the Epstein camp, the Savile camp, because Buckingham Palace, when in the communication Buckingham Palace between Andrew ex-wife, now they must have turned back girlfriend and boyfriend, Sarah Ferguson. When Andrew invited Jeffrey Epstein to Buckingham Palace for host party, it was after Jeffrey Epstein was convicted and served prison sentence for sexual activities or soliciting sex from a minor. When Jeffrey Archer, even though Jeffrey Archer went to Lord Archer, they call him, went to prison for telling lie. Lord Archer and Elizabeth was good friend. Within weeks of Jeffrey Archer coming from prison, Elizabeth invited Jeffrey Archer for afternoon tea with her. So the royal family has always been a criminal organization from the outset. The royal family is responsible for most of the crimes and the wars you see around the world today. All of the wars and crimes and corruption that you see in this world today lead right back to the royal family of Britain. That house of horror. They import corruption. They import crime wherever they go. Anywhere you see war, disease, famine, you check the history, it's going to lead you right back to the palace of Britain. So all of the sexual scandal will come out now. If you're not living in Britain, don't be surprised. I know nothing new. It's regular, yes. It's only because we don't have a system like America where we force these things out in a public. Parliament has the say over everything here. It's like how Congress can force the president to release certain things. Nobody know there has to force the British Parliament to release nothing. If them no one do it, it just stop this also. Not even Charles can force them to release it because him not forget involved. Patricia Matthews, how you do? In all them something there. But Bill Clinton, Babsy Grange, when Bill Clinton came to Jamaica, only a little was said in the paper. Them don't give way an official statement as to them partnership with Bill Clinton. What will it involve? But know that the Epstein file and Ono Labour writer Adam Stewart when it come after me on Facebook because me call out Bill Clinton pedophilia behavior and Bill Clinton rapist behavior when I bring him to Jamaica in November. Swarm me on Facebook. See it there now in the Epstein file. Are you going to still drag me today? Because it's out now. Uno say I did tarnish me, I tarnish Bill Clinton. Uno say I tarnish me, I tarnish Bill Clinton. Why is Bill Clinton running away from answering questions to Congress now? Bill Clinton is all over Jeffrey Epstein file them naked in Jeffrey Epstein pool. You don't know who the southern end of Bill Clinton, which was blocked out. So somebody was at the southern end. Bill Gates, him give Melinda STI, saying get it from Russian this, Russian that. Don't know. We live in a crazy, nasty, mad world, people. But uno people will put politicians and them people upon pedestal. Uno no shame. Jamaica is one country that normalizes pedophilia. And this is where we ought to have the major concern with Bill Clinton partnering with our government in any rebuilding or any activity. We saw Bill Clinton did the same thing in Haiti and there was no result. We don't know where the children them there where Bill Clinton pick up out of Haiti, and we don't know where the money there where Bill Clinton collect on the head of the people them in Haiti. We don't know. Never been given an update. Even on that, we shouldn't have anything as a country to do with the Clinton Foundation. But now Andrew Holness, Babsy Grange, and Adam Stewart, Delroy, Chuck, Audrey, Christoph Tanka, and the whole under the line up there. The whole under where they are cost Mark Golden, you know. The whole under will have a problem with Mark Golden color. Wanna line up to meet the pedophile. The whole JLP clan lined up to meet the pedophile, to meet the rapist, Bill Clinton. What did you all provide to Bill Clinton? Did you provide any of our children to be abused by Bill Clinton? We can't trust you. So we have to ask you. Why me never put on the other picture with the whole of them Tufton and everybody? Everybody. But I want to bring the pedophile president in our country. No. And the pedophile president. So now go to partnership in the Melissa Galangin. Marcia Thomas, how you do? So we want to know if that is still the case, or given the exposure of the Epstein file, if the Jamaica government is going to roll back, sorry, I had me come up empty minute for a morning. If the government is going to roll back whatever they plan to do with Bill Clinton, we don't want Bill Clinton in our country. We don't want the Clinton Foundation in our country. We don't want to have no partnership with a pedophile or a rapist. With children, them are going missing too much. For your care, a known prolific rapist and pedophile can lego in an organization in our country. We want to update on Haiti, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, we want to update on Haiti. We want to know what Bill Clinton do with the Haiti children them, what in take up out of Haiti. We want to know from Adam Stewart. We want to know from Adam Stewart. Let me take off this. I want to put in Tufton and them, because the whole of them was lined up, skinning teeth with Bill Gates. It look like Jesus Christ come. All the dirty head Dana. We fi protect with children them. All the dirty head Dana turn up there with the rapists. One whole bunch of them. Me need to take this out of studio and put it back in, because I want to show you the JLP them driveling over the rapists where them can't let loose in our country. Jamaicans at home, your children should be the priority at the moment. We see what is being exposed in front of us. I told you from the outset of Melissa that a disaster zone is where predators like Bill Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, and all of these people hang out in disaster zone. Jamaican politician and the pedophile president. Babsy, Dana, Auntie Angela, Matthew Samuda, I will hope me pull up the one that side of Bill Clinton and tell you who that one is. That one I want white man, me don't know if I find a business community. Then next to that, the white man, there you have Darrell Vaz, then you have Delroy Chuck, and then you have Christopher Tufton. But do you notice how them almost put all of the black on one side of Matthew Samuda have to go around, they go help them out, and then a string of the white one them too. All of these people are child abusers. All these people. Remember Jamaica have one age 14 pedophile ring with Bobby Montague. What the boy that did shot him staff name again? What the boy was shot him staff name? Dan Carey. Darrell, but the whole of them. So this practice that we are seeing exposing in the Americas, it's not limited to the Americas. It's just that the Americans do things big and broader and bolder than everybody else. But all of these countries, all of these people in position of power and in high society, they are criminals. They're child abusers. They're fraudsters. They are corrupt crooks. So we should want to know more about our missing children. Our missing children should be a center point. Because I know Epstein and Diddy alone in America carry out this bastardization. I think there's an email as well with the Colombian president. I don't know if a farmer or what this discussing an abortion of a minor. These people are God forsaken. But these are the people we call honorable, most honorable. Remember, we have to own Jamaica did it, even though she in a hospital now. Gang gang, you alright? Whole labor right can mislead people, so. Me post one picture with gang gang and two of our daughters and ask them if we no shame. And then Labor Right come on my Facebook page and turn it out like me attack Cliff because me attack Cliff ill health. What did I say about Cliff Hughes ill health? I said we want the money. We want the money from Cliff. It's not since Cliff sick. We say it. Maybe Cliff gets sick when he find out the lawsuit that is coming in way from Dennis Garden. Because Cliff Hughes was the one who sit down and tell and tell with the story just so. It was Cliff Hughes, you know, and everybody run with the story. So when Cliff Hughes realized saying all right, and Cliff Hughes turn over, you can't blame it pan we. This literally don't have nothing to do with a Cliff Hughes. Say, I gather that. I gather that. And Cliff Hughes gather until uno with Chad Panny's story have to come out and apologize. And him gone in a hospital say he not too well. How would I gather that then? I could have swear I did screen record it. Sometime I think I'm going Kukudulali, you know. Sometime I'm going the range and the manged. But which phone? God almighty. I don't know which phone I have things span these days anymore. But anyway, Cliff Hughes come out with this story. But I'm not attacking Cliff Hughes' ill health. One or two lion wicked. We attack Cliff Hughes' lion story and corruption, which is different from the ill health. Old people sick, young people sick. Nobody now attack Cliff because he's sick. We attack him because he's ugly and lie. We attack him because he's ugly and lie. We not attack him because he's sick. So we don't walk and spread that news. Talk about the issue that we are talking about, where the government, where the government run down with health system, and rather than accept responsibility, them send them vlogger to come put out a narrative out there. Nobody now attack Cliff health. We're more for attacking ugliness than in health, or the money laundering. The money laundering where Cliff Hughes are do with the government. Cliff Hughes have contract with almost every ministry of government. The time is brought to you by the Ministry of Justice. The time is brought to you by the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. The time is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister. While that same person who is holding all these lucrative contracts with the government to tell you what time of day it is, this same person owed us more than $1 billion in tax. this same person regularly get tax write-off. So we now really attack Cliff. We know him ugly. We know him favor Bullfrog. And then something that we're not attacking him. We're asking about our money. And we're talking about the lion story them. Where Cliff Hughes advanced in the name of journalism. Where me and you know say no go so. Cliff Hughes are not journalist. If Cliff Hughes was a journalist, that's a once upon a time galangen. So make we remind them, come make sure me clip out, until come go play every day till Dennis Garden sue you, Cliff Hughes. Anytime you hear Cliff Hughes,
It's a case.
and say, I gather that, you know he's telling a lie. Journalists will tell you that the evidence suggests, or we have seen documents, Cliff Hughes. I gather that. Anytime you see Cliff Hughes come on, I gather that. It's a lie. It's a made-up story, because you would tell us that you have seen evidence or you have seen document that suggests, Oloman.
It's a case now where I gather it's now the subject of a criminal investigation by CTOC. Yeah, I gather CTOC, the Organized Crime Investigation Division, is involved now because apparently the 12 dialysis machines are at a private medical facility somewhere in St. Andrew. Yeah, somewhere in St. Andrew. And I gather the matter is now the source of tension inside the People's National Party, because the private medical facility apparently is owned by a PNP parliamentarian. And I gather the PNP leader, Mr. Mark Golding, is furious about the turn of events. And it's not known how this is going to end up. It's not known. Right now, it can go any way. But what is known and what is being said to me by sources is that Mr. Golding, the opposition leader, has been made aware of this, and he is furious with the PNP parliamentarian.
That was the story that Cliff planted. Zara embarrassed herself. TVJ embarrassed themselves. Nationwide, as always, them never embarrass themselves. Them just what them usually do. Them come set government narrative. But TVJ apologized for the erroneous reporting. But we're not hearing nothing from Nationwide yet. I wonder if when Gang get better. I wonder if when Gang get better, Gang is going to come on, and I gather that I need to give you all an apology. Because that was a story that Nesta Morgan and Apka Fitzhenley fix Gio Cliff Hughes to come spin out in a public because they want to take the narrative of a thief in Floyd Green and thief in Tufton. Listen here. Don't bother think to say, because the Epstein file takes center stage We don't remember the crime we want to commit against with. Crime or crime. Floyd Green is no better than the Epsteins because Floyd Green I use government resources to solicit sex. So we have our own Epstein them amongst us as well. The JLP have them own Epstein organization as well. The JLP them have them own private parties up into Stony Hill as well. Them behavior here where you see come out in the Epstein file, not limited to America, not limited to Britain. It's the circle of power. It is the circle of power. The harlot Queen Victoria, the great-grandmother of Elizabeth, Charles's great-great-great-grandmother, colonized 3/4 of this planet. So the disease of Queen Victoria, the disease of the royal family, the disease of the barbarians of Europe still exists amongst us. Color is not involved in this. It's about power and status. Power and status. And all heap of fury, coconut them. They will do anything to be in the midst of power. So we want to know about our missing children. We want to know if the Jamaica government is going to continue in a partnership with a rapist and a pedophile in the name of President Bill Clinton. We want to know because uno carry a pedophile. Uno carry a pedophile come let loose power in a Jamaica. When me tell you say these are the breeding ground for pedophile, disaster zone. And see Bill Clinton in all the way going to Jamaica, Bill Clinton never turn up as disaster. Bill Clinton turn up for come look children for abuse. Bill Clinton, what happened to the children them where you take from Haiti for abuse? Bill Clinton, what happened to the money where you collect from Haiti? Babsy Grange. Babsy the Range. You know any better, no, because you is a harlot just like Lord Mandisla Anjo. You know, love Jordan young boy pound. You know any better than them? I wonder if you ever visited the Epstein Island, Babsy Grange. I wonder if you ever sell no children to Epstein Island, Babsy Grange. The pedophile ring still exists. The child abuse ring still exists. There's no proof that Jeffrey Epstein is dead. There is no proof that Jeffrey Epstein is dead. I wonder what is happening at Little St. Thomas at the moment. Who is in control of Little St. Thomas? Know that you all said Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Why go on to St. Thomas here now? Andrew Holness, Adam Stewart, Christoph Tan, Delroy Chuck, Darrell Vaz. Have you ever visited Little St. Thomas? We are living in a generation that is more privy to information than any other generation since slavery. What we must do, though, is make use of those information. Make use of these information. Use them to protect yourself. Use them to inform yourself. Use them to chart a new direction. And stop pinning yourself to these people who continue to commit crimes against us. in order to advance their wealth and power. What is honorable about politicians? What is honorable about celebrities? Wait until the bloody camera is off. Look at Andrew, the Prince Elizabeth most beloved son. Andrew was Elizabeth's favorite. That's why before Elizabeth died, Elizabeth paid off Virginia to quiet the storm. Elizabeth refused to send him to answer questions to the FBI. Look at Andrew now. Look at Andrew Mountbatten. When you see Andrew standing in royal pomp and circumstance, look at Andrew. When the camera is off, they're demons, they're animals. There's nothing human about these people in power, especially when they're white. There's nothing human about them. They are God forsaken. They're devils. So only shake their hand, meet them and bow down to them. One of the greatest things for me when COVID come in was to stop shaking especially white people's hand. I still do the fist bump now, if needs be. Me did glad of that. Come in the fuckery with them. Me in the fuckery. These people are not human. Unwa walk around and attack them fuckery there. These people are not human. If you don't realize by now, you're not going to find out again. But me there to tell you this morning, they're not human. And once you get into a certain position of power, you either lost or have to give up your humanity. When you become a part of certain cult, you are no longer you. You are what the cult demands. So when them join the Mossad, Jeffrey Epstein cult, Jeffrey Epstein have to just get picnic give them, get drugs give them, and turn on him camera. Job done. And Jeffrey Epstein get everything he want from every politician and every rich. What do you think Jeffrey Epstein became so rich? Jeffrey Epstein was a school teacher. Jeffrey Epstein became rich by securing these crimes against with these people on camera and use it to blackmail them, use it to get money out of them, use it to become powerful. Jeffrey Epstein was a nobody. And there's no academic qualification to show that Jeffrey Epstein did an education degree. Jeffrey Epstein was just like Philly one year, the Elizabeth one in Britain, Jimmy Savile, where they entrenched him wherever young boys were. They gave him keys for Martry, they gave him keys for multiple boys' home. Social service is one who is in the biggest pedophilia ring in any country you can think of. Why do you think they come move your picking out of your house when it's not warranted? It's to sell them to a ring or to give access to them to the ring. Because when social service hire picnic, they're not under no rule and no regulation and control. Especially if they're not with a fostered parent. If they're just in the social services home, so they can roam and meet anybody as them like. It's all a setup. But I don't think them people have good intention. White people has never had good intention for me know them. And over 2,000 years now, may I deal with white people, and they have never showed me their good intention. They have never showed me their good intention. Look at the track record of them on this planet. They're demons, they're animal, they're jungle animals, not even animal where you can tame. Jungle animals. I mean, look at their track record. These people come along, they create disease, they make gun, they make everything to kill humanity. And when they not kill you, they might abuse you. And then Andrew Holness take we country and hand over to pedophile Donald Trump. It can't get worse. I'm not stay there. A shit we in, you know. A shit we in. Because of the American, them in charge of our country now. Okay. So if Donald Trump says skin out your body, who upon them bad man there Jamaica, I forgot turn round. Because when America talk, no question. Jamaica, there's a lot more coming. You see how the year starts? You see the year start with big exposure. They might go kill off whole heap away, you know, because you see talking about it every day is where they know like. They like the CNN, RGR, JBC, and all of that. We talk about it one time and the story done. This picture is Andrew Mountbatten lying over a little girl. We don't know if she dead or if she alive, if she conscious or she unconscious. But that was Elizabeth's favorite son, Queen Elizabeth's favorite son, on his knees with a child where we don't know if conscious or still alive. Jamaica, we need to wake up and start asking questions. We can't just accept things for what it is. Bill Clinton coming to Jamaica to partnership with the Jamaica government in the Melissa rebuilding with this big exposure is a no-no. I have been reveling about it from the get-go. Now that you have seen the evidence come out, because JLP did swarm me over Facebook and say a lie. Adam Stewart blocked me from accessing Observer from Facebook because I post him and Bill Clinton and Babsy Grange and call them rapists and pedophile. The evidence is out now. I don't think I'm spreading propaganda anymore. You have a right to ask that question, Wayne Evans, if Andrew was doing CPR over the little girl. But these people like to abuse you in an unconscious state. They don't like to be interfered with. These predators, they like submission. So that's why they would jug people and put them in all sort of chance or whatever, just to abuse them uninterrupted. These are the devils that we are dealing with. So we don't want Bill Clinton at Jamaica. We don't want no disaster zone predator in our country. Bill Clinton is a rapist and a pedophile and a corrupt sleazebag. Make Bill Clinton go and die in peace. The man almost soon dead. Leave Bill Clinton to go and die in peace, Babsy Grange. We don't want nothing to do with a rapist and a pedophile. We lose too much children. Too much children and women go missing in our country already. So we carry a pedophile in our country where all Bill Clinton do is walk and pick up people in a disaster zone to be abused. Don't you want to know about the Haitian children? Don't you want to know? Babsy is a cradle snatcher just like Bill Clinton, you know. The two of them go well together. Because Babsy snatch like a boy out of cradle, Bill Clinton snatch like a girl out of cradle. The all of them are the same thing. That's why Babsy can buy so much gun and rent so much car, the young boy. Anyway, I can't go on about my business before somebody thump me on my mouth. That song you mad them on Facebook. Satan is real, working in spirit. You can feel him and hear him in this world every day. That's Andrew. And come post it with Andrew let the picture. They might tear up themselves by Facebook. Me go look something for irritate the labor right them on Facebook. They fool, you see. They fool. You just have to say same thing. And all of them come on your page and then wet mud like a hog and just a walla so. But anyway, it's what a labor right does. Marcus Garvey said to us though, unite or perish. May I tell you, say, the world is in a precarious position. We are in uncharted territory. This is not the time where we sit on an island lily anymore. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. If you don't know, you won't be able to do anything about it. If you don't know, you won't be able to avoid it. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Don't stop asking the questions about our children and the pedophile rings of this world. Good morning and good afternoon from Global TV.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So that's why I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon wall. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and cry. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and cry. And do the righteousness. Hey, we love. And we love Jaja. And we love Jaja.
Rastafari, save all people.
And we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja.
Rastafari, save all people.
Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I and I should never hold thy peace, while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Rastafari. Fight down, war and cry.
Fight down, war and cry.
Rastafari, war and cry. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah.
Rastafari, preserve all.
And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah.
Rastafari, preserve all.
Me love Jah. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twink.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.